What's up, everybody? It's Sticking Rink, episode 52, I think, right?
51.
51, episode 51 of Sticking Rink. We've fired Josh. It's the original amigos, the bros before any other average schmoes. I don't think we use the word hose anymore, just willy-nilly like that. So
no, I don't think so.
I ain't gonna say that. We're a family-friendly podcast around here. Family-friendly show. So raffle.
Yeah.
I got to say a word about DraftKings. DraftKings.com, our sponsor, this presenting sponsor of Stick and Rink this episode. Promo code THPN at sign up. Get a free $5 entry. Free entry with your first $5 deposit. The leader in daily fantasy sportsbook all around the world. If I try and talk really quick during this ad read, I will continue to just leak through my body. Every orifice in my body is leaking liquid. And I've got my sweat towel here. And as you can see, 2010 Canucks playoffs. I don't know where this came from. I did not go to it. But if I had, I probably would have had the Sedins all up in my DraftKings lineup. I would have had Rafi Torres all up in my DraftKings lineup because I love a big hit. I love some controversy. But check it out, guys. There's tons right now. Basketball playoffs is popping off. Dame Lillard's going nuts. You can make an absolutely electric lineup on DraftKings. So check it out with our promo code THPN. Other than that, guys, like I said, we fired Josh. He's gone. We might rehire him in the future, but it's just Raph and I. So I'm going to start it out by just saying raffle.
Yes.
What do you think the temperature in your room is right now?
Dude, I would say at least 28. It's very hot. I've got way too many electronics surrounding me right now that I just didn't account for. And it's just, I'm sweating already.
It's fucked.
Yeah. I was going to make fun of you for bringing a towel, but now I'm sitting here being like, you know what? That actually probably wasn't the worst idea you could have had.
Yeah. And, I feel like it's gonna be hotter in your room. Like I look at the black coloring, and do you think blackout curtain? Do they keep out the heat? I feel like they attract the heat.
I don't know. I think they attract the heat a little bit, but it also doesn't help that my room faces the sun all the time at all hours of the day. So it's like even my entire fucking house in general. I was giving my folks crap the other day because I was just like, our house was an icebox. Like you couldn't go anywhere without being dressed my dad was downstairs at the dinner table sitting there in a puffer jacket. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like just turn up the heat a little bit. But now today it's like the exact opposite. It's like full effect. I'm like, we got to crank the AC in this place.
Yeah, seriously.
It's bad.
The fight over the thermostat is the biggest war that's been waged in the past 50 years in every household.
Yeah,
easily.
It's actually ridiculous. You have one person who just gets way too cold and one person who just loves the heat too much.
Yeah. This is what I don't get, though. When I was a kid, I had a south-facing room, and it was like above the garage, huge windows all along the side of it. So it's like, I thought that was directly in the sun. You have a north-facing room, don't you?
Yes.
How the fuck are you in the sun?
Dude, I don't know. I don't get it. My room is okay. It might not face the sun directly more than any other room, but my room is single-handedly the hottest room in the entire house.
Jesus Christ.
No heat, no nothing applied. Like people walk into my room and be like, it's fucking hot in here. And this is like computers off, TVs off, like nothing's running. I haven't been home all day and it's still the hottest room in the entire building. Jesus so I have no idea what the deal is there. Yeah.
So I'm up in my apartment building right now. I got every window open. We got we have one single fan going and too many rooms to put it in. And it's fucked right now. Megan and I are pretty much in agreement. Like, we're not going to wear clothes. I'm wearing shorts. She's probably wearing a little bit of clothes, but like she showered and she came out of the shower. She's like, I'm already sweaty.
Yeah.
And I agree. This is bullshit. I'm not mad at the landlord. I'm mad at the world right now. Global warming sucks.
What came into your mind this morning when the first thing you did was step into your car and it was just an absolute oven?
I can't even do it. I feel like it wasn't that hot in my car in the morning. I don't have leather seats, so I'm cash there. And I was for work today, I was going swimming. So I think like I was like, all right, shit, like I'm ready. I know I'm gonna end up in cold water later, so that was a relief. Yeah. But as of now, like, dude, I don't think my gooch has stopped sweating for the past I woke up. I've been at work since 9. My gooch has been sweating for a good 9 hours now, maybe 9.5.
Dude, I'm telling you, baby powder. Baby powder is the answer to all of your problems.
No, remember we talked about this, dude. I'm too proud to put baby powder on my nuts.
Dude, just go put baby powder on your balls. You will enjoy it so much. It's like It feels like a cloud. It smells great, and you don't get gooch sweat, and you don't get fucking what's it called? BO coming out of there.
Yeah, I really shouldn't shit talk the
Crotch
baby
rot.
powder though, because when I was working with you and like at a fast paced walking around restaurant environment, I'd be like, I had a cream on hand in my bag that was
Yeah.
like designated chafing cream in case my thick thunder thighs started rubbing together. Because
Was
it
it
got to
Tiger
the point
Balm?
where no, dude, it was Zincafax, which is a baby cream. It's not like I shouldn't shit talk baby powder. I had the cream form, which also smelled like the baby. And it was, dude, I think I've told this story before, but like I used to bring a backpack to work, just
Yeah.
had like literally a few things in it, like maybe pens, I don't know. And it had this cream in it. And for some reason, I don't know how this happened, but one day it just exploded in my bag. Like it got opened.
That was at
And
work,
my
wasn't
bag
it?
got tossed. Yeah, my bag
Yeah.
got tossed around, and I went around the corner. I was like, "Why does it smell like babies out here?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Uh oh, that's
The
embarrassing.
fuck is going on, dude?
My fucking cream is everywhere."
Yeah.
No,
White stained black backpack just in the
Yeah,
fucking staff area.
yeah, she's a thick cream too. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. That's a tough one to get out. Dude, like, what's it called? You and I were at the lake the other day.
Yep.
Just like hanging out, chilling. I think we were out in the sun only for like 3.5 hours, maybe at the most.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but like I don't know if it's because you were having some beers or you're just like chilling by the water for too long or it was just way too hot, but I started getting like heat exhaustion.
Oh, absolutely. I think
Yeah.
it's that first one of the year. I think that has a big effect on it.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that yesterday was one of the hottest days of the year so far. Or
Yeah,
the hottest day thus far.
UV index 8.
UV
That-
index of 8, 32
That's-
degrees.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
You said you didn't get sunburned.
I have like a little spot. I don't know if you can see it like right there on my chest, but that's it. Nothing else.
Were you wearing a tank top? Or I thought you were
No,
wearing a
shirtless the
t-shirt?
whole time.
Oh, geez. Oh,
Yeah.
what a statement.
Run around.
Ugh, that's fucked. Yeah, I you saw me. Like we were together the whole time. We were on the dock of a lake in Whistler.
Yeah.
And I mean, you saw how often I sunscreened. Like it was if I wasn't talking
Yeah.
to someone, I was sunscreening. I was going after it. I'm still sunburned. Like there's
But-
a big patch on my back that's still sunburned.
But I would say you only did like a full sunscreen, like front to back, twice. Which isn't even
That's pretty
like,
good.
which is a decent amount of times in like a 2.5, 3 hour window, right? Like it's not too little, right?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that's fucked up. You were also applying sunscreen at random. I noticed that.
Yeah, you saw like I'd pick it up
Yeah.
once and be like, all right, time to my shins. And then I'd be like,
Yeah.
all right, time to my shins again. It was like it didn't
Time to
make
do-
much sense.
No.
I have this theory though. I think if I was at that same day and I sunscreened my back every hour, let's say.
Yeah.
And I only face the sun with my back, I think I'm still getting sunburned.
I
Like,
think so.
I think that's part of the sun protection. I think you have to rotate like a fucking rotisserie chicken, or else you crisp. There's no way
I
around it.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I just think like the constant non-movement for like, let's say like 4 hours, like it's probably gonna, there's
Yeah.
some like it's gonna burn you a little bit at least, right?
Yeah, because mine's all on my back. It's the worst. It's
Yeah.
just like I get mad at this point because I'm at the age now where like I'm not trying to be cool. Like I'll sunscreen as much as I'm
Yeah.
supposed to.
Yeah.
But like
I'm not trying to get skin cancer.
Yeah, yeah, seriously. I'm kind of I get mad when I come home and Megan looks at me and she does that oh sound and I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. Just starts pointing and
no.
laughing. Dude,
Yeah, and I'm like, that's bullshit.
so real quick on the topic of sunscreen and just applying it like there's no tomorrow. I've become so conscious about applying sunscreen onto the tops of my feet. Because I don't know about you, but I think that is the single worst place you can burn more than anything. Just because you can't, like, it sucks. Like, especially for somebody who walks everywhere. Dude, holy.
I don't think it's definitely not the worst place to get burned. It's a fucking piss up though.
100%.
It's something that every person forgets.
What do you think is the worst place to get burnt then?
I just think your back, like your shoulders, any kind, because like you don't realize it, but like even once you get burned, even doing that hurts, or like even
Yeah.
just like really
So now think
rotating
about
it
the
off.
motion of like your foot just like bending like that, like a little bit. Like it's
You're
not
not
gonna feel
wrong.
good.
Like the feeling of a sock, putting a sock on a sunburnt foot.
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
Walking around in shoes, flip flops, anything. You can't wear slides.
Yeah, we
You
got
can't wear your
swishers out here
fucking
saying
Birkenstocks.
skin cancer top 5 biggest fears. I'm out there. I mean, shout out to like Megan's dad. We were camping recently, and him and his buddies, like same kind of age, they had just gone for treatments where like they had to get like skin cancers removed from, and they were telling me, they're like, dude, if you don't sunscreen, like this is what will happen. And I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Do you ask them how often they sunscreen?
No, I just assumed they never did because they were like, they grew up in like the 60s or 70s.
Their skin was made of leather.
Yeah. Yeah. If
like
you put
fully
sunscreen
brown.
on, you were fired from your job right on the
Yeah,
spot.
But then again,
Um,
it's like your dad's also a very tanned person. Hey.
Dude, he's so like at my age, he was my skin color.
Oh, what?
Yeah, like he used to be. He's not naturally tan. That's from being like 30 years as a roofer. Like it's
Yeah.
insane. I should show a picture of him to the audience one day. But yeah, seriously. And he like, dude, the roofing crews, they never sunscreen. Like, what, are you kidding me?
No, they don't care. That
You
or they
know-
just like forget about like time and they're just like, okay, let's just keep going.
Dude, and it's the weird part about like this is the entire construction industry, I believe. How the fuck are they wearing like jeans on a day like today?
Dude, I don't know.
I
Well,
rock by jeans and like sometimes a jacket or like a long sleeve.
but that's also the concept of like the longer outer layers that you wear covering your skin will like protect you from the sun and the UV rays. Like sure, like it probably gets really fucking hot and you probably get used to like not sweating with that much clothes on, but it's like there's some logic behind it, right?
Oh, totally. Like sun protection, like you're actually not burning. It's the smart
Yeah.
move, but I can't even fathom how sweaty I would be in that moment.
You'd be
And
drenched.
it would be the end of me. It'd be the end of me.
But you would adjust eventually, right? You think?
No chance. Dude,
There's no way.
like I used to play volleyball 6 days a week, and I was like and that was for 2 full years. Same sweatiness every day. It never changes. It's fucked.
Yeah, dude, that'd be weird.
So Ralph, I'm going to put this on you. When do we talk sports? When do we talk hockey?
I don't know. How much hockey you want to talk about?
Oh, there's a decent amount of hockey. A little bit, maybe like 10, 20, something like that.
Sure.
I want to talk about the draft lottery because it happened. And I know there's people out there that hype it a lot more than I hype it. So I'm going to try and get hype on it. The Canucks are picking Bo Horvat again this year at the number 9 slot. But yeah, Ralph, so the draft lottery happened. We got some magic balls being rolled out.
Yeah. Do you got the order in front of you?
I don't, but I think I got off the top of my head. We got Buffalo Sabres finishing number 1.
Yeah.
So there's another like that's literally saying sorry. There's an 18-year-old there who's literally gonna get sacrificed, like Cain and Abel. Like
Yeah. See ya.
Like I don't even know the story from the Bible, but like whatever dude took his son up to the rock to kill him, that's like what the Buffalo Sabres GM is going to walk up and announce the name. He's like, sorry, you are my sacrifice.
He's just gonna then just like line him up, kick him into a volcano or something like that, and then
Yeah.
the volcano being the Buffalo Sabres, but he'll be fine, right?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. They're going to be good one day, hopefully. So that'll be fun. Seattle, those fucking assholes are choosing 2.
Yeah.
That sucks. Our newfound rivals too. Whatever podcasting we're doing one day, Raffle, we've got to find a way to get inside the heads of the Kraken fans because they're our rivals now. They're like the Long Island and the Ranges rivalry kind of thing.
Do you think it's kind of an awkward rivalry though? Because like it's called if we ever want to watch like baseball or like if we want to watch a Seahawks game, then we've got to drive down to Seattle. We got to pretend to be friends with them for a little bit.
Yeah, it's very awkward because like I do want to do that.
Yeah. Also, you don't want to burn that bridge, you know,
I want to burn the bridge
and then slowly rebuild it.
and then I want to go down there and act like I forgot the bridge was burned. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to just play ignorant on that part a little bit.
Or just like replace it, fix it,
Yeah.
build it stronger.
So after that order, I mean Anaheim's going 3.
Yep.
I don't know the order 4 to 9. All I know is Canucks are choosing 9.
Do you want me to tell you the order that you're missing?
Sure. Let's hear it.
You got Columbus at 5, Detroit at 6, San Jose at 7, and LA at 8.
So I mean, feel bad for anyone going to Columbus.
Yep.
That's another tough one.
Detroit.
Dude,
Not bad.
at this point, anyone watching in the chat, even if you've never interacted with us and you just feel like interacting for once, just type this answer. Would you rather go to Columbus or Buffalo at this point? They are both dumpster fires. Like Columbus is its own weird just enigma in that they have talented players walking in and out the door all the time. It's a fucking revolving door of just a massive talent.
Yeah.
And they just can't keep anyone. So what the fuck do you do?
It's almost like limbo for talent.
Yeah. Whereas
It's like,
Buffalo, same kind of thing. Columbus had the talent and the success, still can't keep people. Buffalo has the talent, can't succeed, but somehow keeps people.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know where the fuck I'd want to go if I was a kid. But any thoughts?
No, dude, either team's gonna be a giant fucking toss up. Honestly, I'd rather go to like San Jose or Detroit as opposed to any of those teams, or even LA. Like that one pick can make that one like slot could just make such a huge difference in where you're actually gonna be going.
Mm-hmm.
We have switches in the chat saying that Buffalo and Columbus are the Winnipeg of the USA. It's not wrong.
Yep, that's dead accurate, is what that is. It's dead.
Where do you think Ottawa placed for their pick?
Well, they're above us, right?
Ottawa, no, below us.
Oh, are they 8?
Or sorry, no, above us. I was looking at it back.
but not by far. They're like they must have been 11th.
No, they're 10th. They're right behind us.
Yeah.
11th went to Chicago.
Oh, everyone's not connected. They're fucking losers today.
Yeah,
I'll wear another one of these towels one day. Don't worry about it.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, like, what? This is the thing, man. I'm not some huge prospect genius. I don't want to be a huge prospect genius. All I know is that I'm a fucking Jimbo truther. Raffle also is definitely a Jimbo truther. He said it on our live show or on our in-person show the other day.
Yeah.
And we both have the fate of our lives. I would put it into Jimbo's hands to draft an amazing player. It's just the way it is.
Do you have anybody that you'd like to see drafted?
I don't even know. I know Luke Hughes is in the draft. I know a guy named Bernier is in the draft. After that, I'm fucking clueless. I have a better chance of getting behind the wheel of an F1 car in this lifetime.
Wow.
And yeah.
Hey man, don't worry. We can't all be perfect. Luke Hughes would be a fun one.
Yeah, that'd be
double
sick.
him up with Quinn. That'd be cool.
What if he sucks?
Yeah, you can't go in with that kind of mentality though. You know?
Well, no, you can't. But okay, let's say they draft.
What
Luke
if Quinn
Hughes.
Sucked? What if Pedersen sucked? Like you can't have that kind of mentality before they actually start playing.
I want to see the chain effect though. So if Luke Hughes sucks,
do
you think Quinn Hughes will be like, oh shit, like you ruined all the hype? Like now, like
no, I look like a jackass too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that'll happen. I don't think he's gonna suck. I think he's gonna play well. Like if he has the potential to be a first round draft pick, then I think he's gonna be fine regardless. It's just gonna be. I think it's just gonna depend on how well he meshes with the team that he's incorporated into, right? Like if they fit his play, or if he fits their play style, or if he just like stands out.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think the interesting thing about the draft right now is that the Canucks have drafted so damn well in the past 5 years that at this point, whoever they draft, we're going to be like, oh boy, here he is. Like he's coming. He's going to be a huge piece of this puzzle in the next 2 to 3 years. Mm-hmm. And it's just because that's the way it's been. I mean, we've had 1 to 2 impact players come from every single draft in the past 4 years. That's unheard of.
Yeah,
really. And so I'm excited to see that. I'm excited. What do we got going on in the league tonight? We got a game. I know the Montreal Canadiens kicked off their series with the Winnipeg Jots.
Did we ever do a recap about the Toronto game or no?
No, we didn't. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, how fucking upsetting that was to watch.
Man, that is something else. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know when you just hear devastating news? I feel like I just heard it again for the first time.
You're reliving it right now?
Yeah, I'm reliving that pain and agony that those people felt.
It's not good.
Are you especially being in like not the biggest sports guy, are you out here do you also hate Toronto for no reason?
I mean, I kind of hate them because I took like a shot in the dark. It was like a 50-50 coin toss on if Toronto or Montreal would win, and I kind of sided with Toronto and they let me down, so kind of.
Yeah, you feel like
but
you
it's
lost
just like anything. Yeah, exactly. It's like anything. If I pick the wrong team, I'm going to feel like an idiot.
Yeah. And I do feel bad for Toronto. I think I like the team. I like Austin Matthews. I like all the guys on there, all the veterans. Fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I kind of like the fans because I love I love how fucking angry and passionate and confident and every just strong emotion that they feel from Monday to Sunday. I love that about them.
Eat, sleep, breathe hockey. What do you think? So what do you think is going to happen to Toronto next season?
What do I think is going to I'll go with what I want to have happen. I want to have happen, bring back this is the exact same thing I said about the Canucks. Bring back the exact same fucking lineup because it's going to work. All right.
One day.
One of these ways it'll work. No, I think Toronto more or less than Vancouver. Bring back the exact same lineup. And I think I hate to say it, the Tampa example, man. Like Tampa, the year before they won the cup, they got swept by the Columbus Blue garbage. Like not even. It's just a complete heads and tails kind of flip, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't predict it. It just happens randomly. Like there's like no like statistical factor that causes it. It's just
it's one year after another, man.
Yeah, all dumb fucking luck.
Yeah, I think I what I think's gonna happen though, I think man, I think a big deal's coming. But I don't know who, like, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna move Matthews or Marner. That's an easy one. You're not gonna move Riley.
Think you're gonna play around with management?
I know, because like
coaching staff,
they've literally done everything they could. They found so much value in low money signings this year, to help out the guys that are like the core of the team, and they have a great core of the team. Everyone admits that. It's like trying to say that Connor McDavid and Draisaitl aren't good. It's like they're great, but it just didn't work out this time. They didn't play great, so I don't know what else to say. Like you that's why I think you kind of take your licks on the chin right now, and I mean, tuck your tail between your legs and figure it out next year, because it's I think you do yourself a disservice by trying to change, like tinkering with all these little things, maybe make a big move, and then what? So your team comes out of the gate buzzing next year. They have a dominant regular season. It's still that there's still that fucking vibe around the team come playoff time, regardless of the changes you made.
Yeah.
So why not give the same guys who just went through this awful loss together, this awful collapse again, the chance to, and I mean like, time, but I mean, if a guy like Jumbo, what do you mean?
You cut out.
I cut out?
Yeah. Right when you're about to get really passionate.
No, the whole time?
Yeah. For about 15 seconds.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Damn. That's heartbreaking. Okay. So I don't even know where I left off. So I think, what did I say last? Do you know?
No, it's been too long. I'm already trying to like focus on other things right now, so I just lost it.
Okay. So I was going to say, bring back the whole team, because let the entire roster, as much as you can, barring retirements, barring people that don't want to sign back, whatever, bring back as much of the team as possible and let them grow through this together. I mean, even if it's Nick Foligno, Jason Spezza, Joe Thornton, Wayne Simmons, even if they come back, they all play their last year, a couple of them play their last year, whatever the fuck you want to say. Let them help these guys through it. Let them themselves grow through it. I think that you'll have the best chance by bringing back those same guys, because I think they're going to break through eventually. This is not a team that's never going to win a first round series, but I just think you give them the best chance by just showing confidence in the lineup. Yeah,
you're definitely onto something with that one. I agree with you.
Not the best logic I've ever thrown out, but the passion's there.
But it's also a good experience for them too, because like they, at the beginning of that series, they were definitely the dominant team. Yeah, and then Montreal just persevered. Yeah, and then Montreal just persevered, pushed through it. They got some great goals, some lucky goals, and then next thing you know, they lose in Game 7. So yeah, it was tough. It was a tough look for them. Anyone talking back to you on that one would just say that they've had enough time to grow. Like they've lost countless times in the first round. I think it's 4 times in the past 5 years or something like that. And yeah, I do agree. There's a point where you can't let them learn anymore. They got to do something themselves. But at the same time, who are you going to bring in? What are you going to do better with the roster this year? Yeah, but and going off of that topic too, it's like if they can't learn anymore, then it's like, okay, like at what point do you stop trying to have them like grow and develop? And at what point do you just say, okay, fuck it, we got to switch some things around, we got to move some people, you know what I mean? We got to start fresh.
Yeah. Hey, McDavid for Matthews. Who's saying no? Probably the Oilers. Probably the Oilers. I don't know. Maybe do a little Matthews and a second for McDavid. I don't know. Work it out, guys. Let's do a little.
Just get McDavid to Toronto.
What's that line from Inglourious Bastards? We're in a bit of a Mexican standoff right now. Is that what they called it?
Oh yeah. and then he's like, "How's this a Mexican standoff?" Yeah. That's the line.
Yeah, that's what I feel like we're at with Edmonton and Toronto right now. They got a little bit of a Mexican standoff going on. They need to help each other out in this case, even though that scene did not end well for either party, really. But
I mean, Brad Pitt walked away okay, so I mean, one team's going to be all right.
I think he lost a couple friends, though, didn't he?
Yeah. Lots of people died, but
lots of people got shot up.
Yeah.
Okay, so and currently, man, Montreal has come out of the gates firing. They're up 4-2 in their second round game 1 against Winnipeg. Yeah, quite shocking, man. I mean, the Jets got it to 3-2 at one point, but it looks like the Canadians are going to sneak away with a game 1 win here against the Jets.
Nice.
That's another shocking game, man. It's another shocking game. These guys do not stop shocking people, and I'm starting to feel a little bit of a story building here. Now, Raffle, the story at the beginning was just all about the fact the story so far has been the fact about the Leafs not making it. In the next few days, it's going to start to turn into the Canadians are making it if they continue this. If they win another game by chance, game 2, go up 2-0, chance to go to the third round.
Well, you can't. There's still 7 minutes left in the third period, and they're only up by 2 goals. So
I know I love jinxing people though. So
I know,
let's put a hex on them.
Let's put a hex on them. Winnipeg scores 1. It's still a fair game. Go either way.
That's true. That's very true. This is
I don't know. It's very possible for Montreal to make it the entire way. Like, what's it called? Price is playing great.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire throughout the entire Toronto series. So I mean, if he can keep it up for this Winnipeg series and then whatever comes after that, like, it's a good chance they have a good playoff push this year.
Yeah. And I think we should take this opportunity to shit on the Canucks fan base real quick. Not shit on all the Canucks fan base. Let's shit on the lame Twitter part of Canucks fan base, the lame ones from that group. This is why you need to just get in the playoffs. This is literally why. Because even if you sneak in like Montreal did, you have the chance to play a team like Toronto that's mentally fragile. You have a chance to play a team like Tampa, who maybe you can just sweep out of nowhere and you're in the second round. Like, when you have talent like the Canucks do, I know people kind of picked apart Jim Benning's statement when he said in his press conference, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, he said, or maybe it was a radio interview, he said something along the lines of, the next year we're gonna change this team and become a playoff team again. And people were mad because they were saying, like, isn't the goal to make to win the Stanley Cup? And it's like, dude, as long as you make the playoffs, it's fair game, dude. Everyone starts at 0 from there. So I don't understand that idea. I really don't comprehend the idea of building this like fucking huge mega star team that has less pressure, i.e. Edmonton, i.e. Toronto, versus just, build a solid team with solid players like Montreal, have a great goalie, just get in and make some fucking noise.
Well, the thing too is that, like, playoff hockey, everybody gets excited for it. It's a different style of hockey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People play harder, they skate faster. It's just like refs don't call as much in situations. They let things go here and there. So, I mean, like, a lot of random things can happen there that people just don't expect throughout the entire course of a playoff series.
Yep. I agree with that.
So,
it's a good hockey take. I'm taking a bit of a sweat break right now.
Is it that bad?
It's fucked, dude.
Do you have a glass of water?
Yeah, dude. This was full of bubbly. Little blackberry bubbly.
You gotta drink regular water.
Have you does soda water make you dehydrated?
We've talked about this. No. Only it depends on what kind.
Yeah,
depends how much sodium it has in it.
I remember this one now. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I was gonna say fucking something.
You're talking about the playoffs? Then we start talking about getting dehydrated?
Yeah, and then I talked about being sweaty.
Yeah.
Being sweaty sucks.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
But we can't bitch, dude. Summer's here.
Summer's here.
Cannot bitch. I think I want to say that for the next few shows that we do here. I just want to take a moment to say, hey, summer's here. And maybe I'll say it all the way through August too, just to get everyone's, get everyone on the right mental track,
Okay.
Yeah. Fuck. All right. Cool.
Let's move on. Is here. Yo, where do you want to go?
I got a quick question. We already touched on the lake thing already.
Yeah.
But you and I both sat on the dock yesterday and we said to each other, sorry, douchey motorbike going by. All right.
No,
thanks,
you're good.
Guys.
Still less interruptions than the bird that one time.
Yep. True. Fuck that bird. So we're sitting on the dock yesterday and we said more lake days are in order. Lake days are fucking awesome. I will ask you this. Grass or a dock? What do you prefer?
Ooh. I can't pick the scapegoat answer and say both, right?
No, you can't do that. And I'm basically asking, like, would you rather do what we did yesterday, where you kind of you literally post up on a dock, you bring the cooler out to the dock, you bring the speaker, everything out to the dock, and if you're actually like a Whistler local, you literally have your own like floating dock, that you put a picnic table on and all your friends.
Yeah.
That was a badass move.
I think now the grass goes into the lake, right?
Sorry, the
kinda go like
grass.
Does it go like
I will
grass, beach, and then
I'll say
like
this: the grass leads to a dock. Like you can still jump off a dock into the water, but
yeah.
it's where would you rather spend your lake time?
Oh, on a dock for sure.
Really?
100%.
I don't get what the weight was. Then you should have been choosing that one easily.
Well, no, because I thought that like if I had the grass, then I wouldn't have a dock in any kind of manner. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair. Yeah.
So what I thought was that it just kind of like the grass would just go into the lake, and then there'd be mud, and then be disgusting if you try like walking out, and you'd have to like swim out if you wanted to
Yeah.
get into the lake. You know?
No, I would never do that to you. That shit's nasty. It ruins lake day. I would never do that.
Awful.
I don't know if I've ever been to a lake that's just grass into mud. I don't know if that's.
I'm trying to think. Like all the lakes around us are all sand into, or a lot of them are sand into lake, like White Pines, like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I was even looking across the water over to like the grassy area, and I was like, shit,
Yeah.
I kind of like laying in the grass. You know?
Why?
Like,
What's your reasoning?
I don't know. I think it's a little bit more like comfy, a little bit more relaxing at times.
Do you think it's cooler?
No, I don't think it's cooler, but you can also play some lawn games.
You can also play lawn games. You can move around a little bit more.
It adds to the time. I think we spent like 3.5, 4 hours at the dock the other day.
Yeah.
Something like that. Dude, by the end, that was enough dock time for me. I can only jump in the lake so many times and then sit on the wood after.
Yeah.
On average, I need a bit more variety. It was great, but like on average, you need a bit more variety.
But we'd also like, I don't know if you remember, like what, 3 or 4 years ago, we'd always go to Cultus and we'd like hang out there by the water for even longer sometimes, like 5 hours, 6 hours at a time.
Well, that for me, that was the one drawback with Cultus is that it's like there is grass, but it's far away and it's just like inconvenient. You kind of want to be on the dock.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, true. Or like Cultus, you'd also mix it up. You'd maybe go to like the water park or something too.
Exactly. Like there's shit to do at Cultus, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Raf, I want to talk about China.
You want to talk about China?
I want to talk about China. I want to talk about China, population and children and what else, dude?
Dude, I don't like getting political on the podcast.
I know you don't. I should have written. Did you see what I titled the episode?
No.
I think it was a sweaty pig and a Polish stud talk. Like all things. Yeah.
Talk all things. Talk whatever we want to talk.
Exactly. Okay, wait. This was a news story that I wanted to talk about. So I saw this. It said China is changing the law where you can now have 3 kids. That no more than one child policy. I actually think that they were on a 2-child. I was like, this was one of those things where I thought I knew everything about the story, like just from reading the headline. And then I clicked one story and started reading before we went live. And I was like, oh shit, there's actually a lot more to this than I thought.
Yeah.
And there's something in here about like going from a 2-child policy to a 3. So
I think it was just 1 to 3, wasn't it?
Maybe. Let's go with that because that's what the headline kind of made it seem like. So China is now going from a 1-child policy, where as a family, you were only allowed to have 1 child due to the rising population. And it's so fucking dense in there, right?
Yeah.
And so now.
Yeah. Okay, go. No, you go.
So now they're at the point where like their fertility ratings have dropped so much to the point where on average women are having 1.3 kids per woman, I guess.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And I guess that's like that's hella low. I don't know why. So I saw that stat and I was like, wait a second, it's over 1. How the fuck do you do that in a 1-child country? But I guess like politicians be cheating, they be having 10.
Maybe, or there are just people who just maybe have kids and hide kids.
That's true.
There's some places that live in like really, really desolate places, or not, I should say desolate, but just like in the countryside of China where it's like they can maybe sneak in an extra kid, you know?
That's true. I feel like they only really enforce this in like the main cities.
Yeah. Where overpopulation can actually be a real problem.
Totally. So yeah, so their fertility ratings have dropped to 1.3 children per woman. Yeah. And that's at the point, I guess people die and people age so quickly that that actually does not keep up a population, which is crazy. So, and it kind of brought me to all this investigating around the world's population. And I got this article now where it says the headline is the world's population is projected to nearly stop growing by the end of the century. That's the world.
Wait, what's going on? What's happened? Sorry, one more time.
So the world population, which at this point right now, grows about just over 1% per year, about
It's
like
about
85 million or something like that.
I looked at the stat. The world's population on average grows about 700 million, or increases by
Every
700.
year?
Or sorry, every 10 years. Mine's over every 10 years.
Every 10 years. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't do the math there, but I think maybe like mine's like 80,000 or 80 million per year,
Sure.
and it's like
Whatever.
1%.
Yeah.
So they're estimating. This article estimates that the world's population will stop growing by the end of the century. Like it will start to be in decline
Oh wow.
every year, which would be nuts, dude.
That'd be wild.
And there's all sorts of factors in this. Like they break down the article into like they go over global fertility rates where
Yeah.
it's right. So right now in the world, on average, women have 2.5 kids. And I just say women because like obviously women are giving birth. I like families. I don't know what the fuck to say about it, but
yeah,
2.5 today, and they're expecting it to be 1.9 by the end of the century. There's other things where it talks about like certain continents, like Africa is the only world region projected to have strong population growth for the rest of the century, where everywhere else is projected to decline.
What do you think's a factor in that though?
I have no idea. I think it's like what the fuck is it, dude? I even like I'm reading this and it just kind of gives you more stats. And I'm trying to think about that myself.
Yeah.
What could it possibly be?
I have no idea. I'm trying to think.
I think there's definitely like a changing attitude towards having a family. Like it was looked at even 50 years ago where that's like your whole purpose. Your whole purpose was to like, get a job, like have a family and live. That's kind of like what it was.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays you meet people all the time and they're like, yeah, we are planning to not have kids.
Yeah.
So that's,
or it's like you see people a lot with like just like single child families, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Can you look up what the average amount of children women would give birth to in like the 50s was?
Okay.
Because I think that'd be a really interesting comparison and then we'd just be like, you'd see how many kids they're having then versus how many kids they're having now. And then you can kind of like project like what's going to happen with our population over the next little bit. The interesting thing though is that we have so many more people now on our planet than we did 50 years ago, or even 70 years ago, let's say, because the 50s to 70 years ago.
Yeah.
That it's like, that's just that many more people that can give birth to like whatever it is, 1.3 children, 2.2 children,
Okay. I want to take this time to we have to agree that at some point in the next few months, we have like a dedicated segment where we come with a bit more research, because I'll admit, after looking at the first few articles, I have not done enough research, but I do have some numbers for you. So there's this thing. I'm going to answer your question first. It looks like in 1950, I'm just looking at a picture graph, so I don't have the exact number. It looks like it was at least 5 kids per woman. 5.0 is where it was at in 1950 to 55. As of 2015 to 2020, where we're at now, it's at 2.5. So it's halved. And then, the interesting thing, so they say 2095 to 2100 is where they think it'll go to 1.9. Okay. The last interesting part about this is that they have this thing called a replacement rate, which is the replacement rate is the number of births per woman required to maintain a population at a constant size.
Okay.
And the replacement rate is 2.1.
Well, yeah, because think about it this way. So all those kids that were born back in the 50s, when the amount of babies that people were having back then was 5, right?
Yeah.
So those people are now 70. So they're approaching the end of their life. You know what I mean? So it's like if we kind of want to now maintain that population, we have to have people giving birth to enough babies to, I guess, displace that, I think is the right word they want to use there.
You know
what I mean?
What I think? Yeah, or like fill in behind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing is that so maybe the fucking 50s to the 2000s was just so gung ho on like, let's just keep fucking like gorillas and having baby after baby that like they literally set the bar up here where it's like, to maintain this crazy population that we're on track for, or that we've been on track for, you'd have to maintain craziness, which is obviously very hard to do.
Yeah, especially right now, people are starting to gravitate away from the norm.
Yeah, and so I guess what that replacement rate means is that, so even if our fertility rates were lower than that replacement rate for like 200 years, eventually they would start to equal out, right? Because the population would lower, and then you'd need less people to replace it. So it would eventually even out, I guess, in that sense.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
What do you think it's like to live in a one child? Like, that'd be fucking nuts, don't you think?
Living in a one-child country.
Yeah, a one child policy country.
Families would be a lot smaller. Like your not like your immediate family, but even like shut the fuck up. Not like your immediate family, but like think about like
I'm clipping that answer, like that first
shut up,
part.
fuck you. The like your family would obviously be just one child only, but then think about like your aunt and your uncle. One kid, you'd only have one cousin. You'd maybe have two cousins. You know what I mean? It's all dependent on how big your families are, and then eventually you're going to get to this point where it's like you have way less aunts and uncles, you have way less cousins. Like families in that sense, like family tree lineages, I guess, or family trees will just be smaller.
Yeah. Let me ask
which
you
is,
this.
in my opinion, a weird concept.
Yeah. All right. Actually, I won't ask you this yet because I'll add to this question first.
Okay.
It would kind of make this is a weird thing to say. I think if you were born into it and you kind of didn't really know, I know because you'd see the rest of the world. I was gonna say it would make decisions easy because you'd basically say, do we want to have a kid or not?
Yeah.
Like it's very black and white. So you're having one or you're having zero, you know? And that makes like, I guess that makes planning for the rest of your life kind of easy. Like you could almost just make like a plan A and a plan B and say, okay, this is child, this is no child. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, I guess that part's kind of easy. But I also think you'd be looking around other countries and be like, what the fuck? Like I want to have 3. That's so weird.
I want to do this. Yeah.
Yeah. Follow up.
Like you'd see like television or something like that, and then they have other siblings and whatnot running around. You're like, well, why can't I have that? You know, like what's
you'd watch
stopping me from having that?
The Brady Bunch. You'd be like, this is heresy.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if do you think they allowed any TV that had more than one child in the family?
There's no way they could do that. No,
right?
I don't think so. No.
Right. Even they have limits, right?
Yeah.
So follow-up question. Do you think if you had a country, let's say Canada was a country, let's say we just boom, one child policy, but you could adopt as many children as you want. Do you think like there'd be like a crazy increase in that?
In child adoption?
Yeah.
No.
I know there's other factors like the fucking process is so long and everything like that.
I don't think there would be. You might see like a small increase, but I don't think it'll be anything crazy or anything substantial.
Really? I think it would be insane. I think it would jump up a random number, 69,000%.
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I think because they want their actual physical, what's called the Chinese people. They take a lot of pride in their. I don't know, this is gonna sound really bad, but don't they take a lot of pride in like their family and their like heritage and like where they came from? You know what I mean? Like their bloodlines,
lineage. Yeah, like not even. Yeah. Not so much like the individual person, but what that person means to the family. Exactly.
Yeah. Like you can like if you and I were siblings, and I could say like, oh, you're like my family's blood. You know what I mean? Where it's like when you adopt somebody, it's like that's kind of not the case still. Like you can, as much as you can make them feel that way, it's like they're still not genetically part of your family.
Yeah.
So I think they take a lot of pride in stuff like that.
Definitely. That's why I think like an example like Canada would be a much better example because we have a very different, very different like culture, I guess, where it's not looked at like that.
People are a lot more open. People are just kind of like, yeah, no, I get that. I think in Canada that would work for sure. But in someplace like China, I don't know. I don't think it would.
Yeah, we sit here and say like it would work as if like it's something that would happen. It's like it's like a plan that we need to unveil or something like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wait.
I want to talk to you about this one thing that I remember watching a documentary on one time years ago, and it's kind of related to this topic, but it's related to the other aspect of it, not birth but death.
Okay.
So obviously Japan is super tiny, right?
Yeah.
Japan's population, for how large it is about a third of the maybe let's say like almost a third of the population of the United States, or more than a third of the population of the United States.
So it's
for how
crowded.
Tiny it is.
It's dense.
Very crowded. Yeah. One thing that they've started doing to obviously like keep keep people who have passed away still on the island and still near their families is they've started developing these like futuristic cemeteries where it's essentially like a very large room with like lots and lots and lots of Buddhas, like small tiny Buddha statues on the walls. They're all electric, and you have like your family's like DNA stored in these things, like a lot of their information, stuff like that, stored in these Buddha statues.
The fuck?
And whenever families can come and visit, you have like this card with like your relatives' information. You scan it or whatever, their Buddha lights up, and then you walk over to that, and you can like pray to them or Like I don't know if you can leave them gifts because they're like the space is really tiny. Yeah, it's actually it's super interesting. It's like super high tech.
So, sorry, do you know if Japan's like a cremation country? Do they do that, or is it like what kind of like do they have? I'm trying to envision what this. I'm picturing a Buddha like this size, like the size of my glass.
No. I would say it's like about the size of like your hand, like relatively small, maybe like the size of your fist. Like it's a tiny guy. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like these
Weird.
walls. These walls have about the photo that I'm seeing has a wall that's a 20 by 20 wall with Buddhas, and that's only one of the walls in this place.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, and they're tiny. So it's like space wise, it's a lot more efficient than a cemetery because it's like cemetery is just like the individual is just cremated and they're just there on the floor and you don't bury up below them or you don't stack anything on top of them, right? Below them or on top of them. And then there's still like some room side by side from each of the spaces where they're cremated, where it's like these are like jam packed on a wall, like right next to each other. It's crazy how space efficient these things are.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
That. Yeah,
I have some strong feelings about graveyards too. Like
what do you mean?
In general, if I just say the insensitive comment without filtering anything, I don't like them. Like it's a very, I guess it's because of the day we live in where, you know, you're just overcrowded, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Like houses going up everywhere.
Yeah.
The amount of land that graveyards take up, it's crazy.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's crazy. And when we really take out culture, like when you really just look at it from an objective, logical standpoint, cremation is the only way of the future. Like you don't have room for caskets everywhere.
Yeah, but it's also like it's a cultural thing, you know. Like a lot of people still believe that's how they want their family members to move on.
Yeah, dude, who's commenting in the Facebook chat as Stick and Ring Podcast?
I have no idea.
Is this Josh?
No, Josh is at work.
Who is that then?
Dan?
Someone, I don't know. Someone's logged on to our shit.
We've been hacked.
We've
been hacked.
Sound the alarms.
Change the
password. That's fucked. Does it blow your mind that one day we will probably build on top of graveyards or like past graveyards?
This person's saying it's not. I have no idea. It does blow my mind, but like, I mean, if that's your perspective on it, it's like there's so many things that are technically built on some sort of burial site, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. True. Regardless of like how far back it goes, like all of our houses and everything are probably on like some sort of battlefield where there were dead bodies at some point.
Oh, good point. Okay.
Not obviously speaking for everybody, but just like it's definitely happening.
Okay, let's wrap up. Let's answer this. How many kids are you gonna have?
2. 2 kids.
What if I put like you can either have, let's say 3, 7, or 0.
Okay. 0.
Wow, it's that close. You'd rather have 0 than 2?
I don't know. Maybe my opinion will change whenever like it actually starts happening. But I think right off the get go, I would like to have 2 kids. I don't know how I would feel about 3. Anything more than that is just fucking tough. And then 0, I don't know.
Here's another. We're just getting super parental in here, like getting super fatherly.
Why aren't you answering these questions?
Because I've changed my answers so much in my own head. I used to literally say I want to have 6. And I was like, let's just crank them out, dude. I'm down to be TLC. Make me a Duggar. I'm down.
Yeah.
I think I lowered it down to 4.
Okay.
I did have this epiphany that one day I'd have 4 kids. Each one of them would have a dog. Whichever one raised the best dog would be my favorite kid. I think that's a great system.
Yeah.
I'm probably at the point now where I'm at 3. I want 3.
Okay.
And actually, I hope in our lifetime somehow the adoption process kind of gets a bit more like standardized in the sense like efficient. It's kind of fucked nowadays. Like I think we've said this either on the podcast or to each other. Isn't it crazy how easy it is to just have your own kid? Like there's no rules around it.
You can just do it whenever you want.
It's harder to adopt a dog than it is to have a kid. Yeah. Which is insane. Insane in the membrane.
One is a little bit more of a timely process than the other, but I know what you mean. Like literally anybody could do it.
Yeah. But timely
regardless
process,
of the amount of life experience you have, you could have a kid.
Dude, it's so fucked. There's so many examples that just blow my mind in that sense. But I would like to have 3 and either adopt on top of that or one or 2 of the 3 be adopted. That'd be sick.
It's not bad.
And I wonder if Megan's listening to this because I don't even know if I've said that. But
She's gonna have a stern talking with you after this whole thing.
She's gonna come up and be like, I thought we were doing 6. What the fuck?
Yeah, what happened here with these numbers? You keep changing your mind on me.
I got another fatherly question for you.
Yeah, lay it on me.
Boom. First month, you got a newborn baby.
Yeah.
What's the first activity you're doing, like just dad time with that thing outside of the house?
Outside of the house?
Do? Yeah. I'll give some backstory. Okay. I was at the pool. I was at the swimming pool today.
Yeah.
This lady literally had like that thing looked like a fresh thing. It was it was
super tiny.
Yeah. It was fresh.
Okay.
Yeah. And I thought to myself, I'm like, would I take my baby to the pool? Not like nothing wrong with the lady doing it. All the power to you. I meant more like, am I ready for that?
That's fair.
Yeah.
I would take my kid for walks, I think, a lot.
A big walk guy. Okay.
Yeah, big walk guy. Nice. Like if I lived somewhere in Vancouver, it'd be sick. Go to like the seawall or something like that. Maybe when they get a little bit older and they're able to hold their head up on their own, then throw them in one of those backpacks.
Yes.
And then just go walking. Like I think that'd be so fun.
Those backpacks are hilarious. I think if I am not one of those dads that is like has the front backpack at a music festival with the fucking earmuffs on the kid in the stage pit, I'm not doing life.
I failed at life. Yeah,
that's where I want to be. Yeah. Hey, good dad talk, dude.
Hey, that's good. That's fun.
Yeah, dude. There's probably it says only 3 viewers right now, but I bet you there's 300 and they're all women and they're all saying like, "Wow, dude, these guys are
going to be great dads.
A1 quality." And we are. Anyone listening to that, we fucking are. Anyways, I think that's it for us, guys. Yep. Nice short episode. Like we said, we fired Josh, so we don't really need to ask him anything.
We don't have a whole lot of filler content that he brings to the podcast, so
not really. No,
that's why they seem a lot shorter.
We got to ask him these dad questions, so I think he'd have hilarious answers, dude.
Oh, 100%. How many kids?
Let's do it in person, and we'll make sure to set up 2 phones that day, and we'll just have one phone specifically on him.
Okay,
it'll be great.
Done. Easy.
All right, guys, that's it for us today. Like we said, DraftKings promo code THPN. Thank you for DraftKings for sponsoring the pod. Other than that, guys, we got some big announcements coming. We're going to be, I would say we'll make a big announcement probably on either Tuesday the 8th or Sunday the 13th. So if you're listening, stay tuned for that. If you haven't caught this, maybe you caught on the podcast form, you can check us out on all our social medias. We make announcements there too. But yeah, man, I think Braf and I are super excited. I know Josh is too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other than that, adios, guys. Take it easy. 100.